These kitchen cabinets were made in the 60s and hence don't have any drawer slide hardware. In fact, it's just a box sticking in the slot there. It comes all the way out. In order to make this drawer less dangerous and more usable, we need to install a Monorail drawer guide. I got this one at Lowe's. It's called a Drawer Track Repair Kit, and it has the rail and the wheels in it, everything, all the parts that you need to install. I'm going to install the drawer slide in the middle of the opening, so I'm measuring across here. It's about 28 inches. I'll mark it at 14, right on the top of this rail. And then I'll bring the mark all the way across so that we can see it and install the rail. So here's the rail. It has a little notch here that is the exact center, and that's where the wheel will be as the drawer is open and closed. So just put that notch on the mark and you're in the center. This bracket will go on the back wall or the back of the cabinet and hold the back of the rail. The rail just pokes right into this hole right here in the middle. This wheel guide screws to the back of the drawer and it just slips into the rail and slides back and forth to keep the drawer from falling out. Before mounting the rail, I'm going to put the rear bracket on it, because once you put the rail on, the rear bracket can't be installed. So you have to put it on the rail first. So it goes this way with the ears facing up, and you just pop it over the end of the rail. These were very difficult to get on, and I actually just put it on and then punched it on the floor, and then it went right on. Then it slides once it's on. And now you can install it into the drawer opening. So if you'll rest the back of the rail on something, you can just go ahead and screw the front down, lining up your notch with the center mark. Just go ahead and screw that in. I had to use a stubby screwdriver because the opening in the drawer was not big enough for a full-size screwdriver. Now we're ready to mount the wheel guide on the back of the drawer. This drawer has a lip at the bottom, where the bottom of the drawer comes out past the back of the drawer. So I'll need to cut a notch out to fit the wheel guide so that the wheel guide can be flush against the back of the drawer. So I measured and found the center of the drawer right here. And I'm going to use this little bitty hole right here as the guide. That hole is the center of the wheel. Put that hole over the mark of the center of the drawer and then mark the sides where I'll need to cut the notch out. And you want to leave a little bit of extra room in case it needs to be adjusted back and forth. To cut the notch, I use my saber saw turned upside down. Be really careful when you do this. I don't recommend this for viewers under 5 years of age. Just cut a notch, cut straight back, and then just cut from the side and swing it around so that it's flat against the drawer. Then swing it around the other way and cut flat against the drawer. That'll be good enough. Nobody's going to see this, so it's not critical. But be very careful and keep your hands out of the way of that blade. So I realized that I just cut my center mark out where I wanted to line up my index hole. So I need to make that mark again. So I'll just measure to the middle and mark it on the back of the drawer now so that that hole can line up with it. And now I can install the roller arm. Bring my mark down a little further so that it shows through the hole. And then just install that. The depth that you set this roller bar at is going to depend on where the slide is, and so just kind of eyeball that and then put it on the drawer so that the wheel will be about in the middle of the rail as it rolls so that it doesn't bind. It just needs to be in the middle at the front opening, and then we'll push the drawer all the way to the back and adjust the back. You'll see in a minute. So go ahead and install that using the vertical slots, and then you can adjust it if you need to. Tighten the screw almost all the way down, but not quite. You want to be able to adjust this thing up and down. Now go ahead and place the drawer in the cabinet. Just hook that wheel in the rail. You see that it's open at the top there. Tilt the drawer down, and then just hook it in there. Now you can slide the drawer all the way to the back and let the wheel raise the rail to the right position. Once you have it where it's supposed to be, then you can mark the holes in the bracket in the back. Then you can pre-drill the holes. In this case, I'm going into drywall, so I need to put in some drywall anchors. I have these threaded anchors that you just screw in. You need to move the bracket back on the rail and out of the way so that you can get to it. Once you have the anchors in place, you can put the bracket back against the wall and then put the screws in it. Then all you need to do is reinstall the drawer and see that it works much better. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.